Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Bhaktavinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate गोपेश गोपी कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कंचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदानेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। बोलो श्री राधे गोलोकानंद भगवान की जय। बोलो श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। We'll be starting chapter 18. Prithu Maharaj milks the earth planet. Maitreya Itham Prithum Vistuya Rusha Prafuritadharam Puniravanirvita Sanste Vya Atman Atmanam. The great Maitreya continued to address Vidur. My dear Vidur, at that time, after the planet Earth finished her prayers, King Prithu was still not pacified, and his lips trembled in great anger. Although the planet Earth was frightened, she made up her mind and began to speak as follows in order to convince the king. So, Mother Earth is speaking to King Prithu. Saniyachabhimo manyum nibodhisravitam chame सर्वतः सारमा दत्ते yatha madhukaro buddha. My dear Lord, please pacify your anger completely and hear patiently whatever I submit before you. Please turn your kind attention to this. I may be very poor, but a learned man takes the essence of knowledge from all places, just as a bumblebee collects honey from each and every flower. अस्मि लोके अथवा मुष्मि मुनिभिस्तत्त्वदर्शिभिः दृष्टा योगा है प्रयुक्ताक्षय पुंसाम श्रेय प्रसिद्धे. To benefit all human society, not only in this life but in the next, the great seers and sages have prescribed various methods conducive to the prosperity of the people in general. तानातिष्ठति यः सम्य गुपायान पूर्वदीर्षितान् अवरः श्रद्धयोपेत उपेयान विन्देत यशा. One who follows the principles and instructions enjoined by the great sages of the past can utilize these instructions for practical purposes. Such a person can very easily enjoy life and pleasures. ताननादृत्ययो अवि द्वानार्थानारभतेष्वयम् तस्य व्यभिचरत्या आरब्धाक्षय पुनः पुनः. A foolish person who manufactures his own ways and means through mental speculation and does not recognize the authority of the sages who lay down unimpeachable directions is simply unsuccessful again and again in his attempts. पुरा सृष्टारो सदयो ब्रह्मानाया विशाम्पते भुज्यमाना मया दृष्टा असतभिरधृतवृते. My dear king, the seeds, roots, herbs and grains which were created by Lord Brahma in the past are now being used by non-devotees who are devoid of all spiritual understanding. अपालितानद्रीता च भवतर्भिलोकपालके है चोरी भूते अतः लोके अहम यज्ञार्थे सग्रम औषधि है. My dear king, not only are grains and herbs being used by non-devotees, but as far as I am concerned, I am not being properly maintained. Indeed, I am being neglected by kings who are punishing these rascals who have turned into thieves by using grains for sense gratification. Consequently, I have hidden all these seeds which were meant for the performance of sacrifice. Nunam ta viruddhakshina mayi kalena bhuyasa tatra yogena drishtena bhavanaadatur mahite. Due to being stocked for a very long time, all the grain seeds within me have certainly deteriorated. Therefore, you should immediately arrange to take these seeds out by the standard process, which is recommended by the acharyas or shastras. Vatsam kalpa me vira yenaham vatsalatava dokshe kshiramayan kaman anurupam che dohanam दोगधारम चे महाबाहो भूतानाम भूत भावन अन्नमेप्सित मूर्जस्व तग्गवान वाच्यते यदि. O great hero, protector of living entities, if you desire to relieve the living entities by supplying them sufficient grain, and if you desire to nourish them by taking milk from me, you should make arrangements to bring a calf suitable for this purpose, and a pot in which the milk can be kept, as well as a milkman to do the work. Since I will be very much affectionate towards my calf, your desire to take milk from me will be fulfilled. This is what Mother Earth is saying to King Prithu. Samam che kuru mam raja na deva vrishtam yathapaya apartavapi bhadram te upavartate me vibho. My dear king, may I inform you that you have to make the entire sacrifice of the globe level. This will help me even when the rainy season has ceased. Rainfall comes by the mercy of King Indra. Rainfall will remain on the surface of the globe, always keeping the earth moistened, and thus it will be auspicious for all kinds of production. Iti priyam hitam vakyam bhuva adaya bhupati vatsam kritva manumpana paduhat sakaloshadi hai. After hearing the auspicious and pleasing words of the planet Earth, the king accepted them. He then transformed Shambhu Manu into a calf and milked all the herbs and grains from the earth in the form of a cow, keeping them in his cupped hands. तथा परे च सर्वत्र सारम आददते बुधा ततो अन्ये च यथा कामम दुदुह पृथु भाविताम. Others who were as intelligent as King Prithu also took the essence out of the earthly planet. Indeed, everyone took this opportunity to follow the footsteps of King Prithu and get whatever he desired from the planet Earth. ऋषियो दुहुर्हु देवीं इंद्रिये स्वथ सप्तम वत्सम बृहस्पतिम कृत्वा पयक्षन्दोमयं शुचि. All the great sages transformed Brihaspati into a calf and making the senses into a pot, they milked all kinds of Vedic knowledge to purify words, mind, and hearing. Kritva vatsam surgana indram somam duhu duhan hiranyamayena patrena piryamojo balampaya. All the demigods made Indra, the king of heaven, into a calf, and from the earth they milked the beverage som, which is nectar. Thus they became very powerful in mental speculation and bodily and sensual strength. Dete yadanvavatsam prahladam asurashabham vidhayad duhana kshiramaya patri surasamam. The sons of Diti and demons transformed Prahlad Maharaj who was born in an Asura family into a calf, and they extracted various kinds of liquor and beer, which they put into a pot form of iron, made of iron. Gandharva apsarso adukshana patre padmamaye paya vatsam vishwavatsam kritva Gandharva madhuso bhagam. The inhabitants of Gandharva Lok and Apsar Lok made Vishwavasu into a calf, and they drew the milk into a lotus flower pot. The milk took the shape of sweet musical art and beauty. Vatsena pitro armeyana kavyam kshira madukshate Amapatre Mahabhaga Shriya Shada Devata. The fortunate inhabitants of Pitralok who preside over the funeral ceremonies made Aryama into a calf. With great faith, they milked Kavya, food offered to the ancestors into an unbagged earthen pot. प्रक्लप्य वत्सं कपिलं सिद्धाः संकल्पनाम्यं सिद्धिं नवसि विद्यां च ये च विद्याधरादयः. After this, the inhabitants of Siddhalok, as well as the inhabitants of Vidyadharlok, transformed the great sage Kapil into a calf and making the whole sky into a pot. They milked out specific yogic mystic powers, beginning with anima. Indeed, the inhabitants of Vidyadharlok acquired the art of flying in the sky. अन्ये च मायिनो मायाम् अन्तर्धानातदुताम् आत्मनाम् मयम् प्रक्लप्य वत्सं ते दुदुहधारणामयिम्. Others also, the inhabitants of planets known as Kimpur Shlok, made the demon Maya into a calf, and they milked out mystic powers by which one can disappear immediately from another's vision and appear again in a different form. Yaksharakshansi bhutani pishachah pishitashana bhuteshvatsa duduhat kapale kshatasa jasavam. Then the yakshas, rakshas, ghosts and witches who are habituated to eating flesh transform Lord Shiva's incarnation Rudra, Bhutanatha, into a calf and milked out beverages made of blood and put them in a pot made of skulls. तथा हयो दंदशुका है सर्पानागाक्ष तक्षकम विधाय वत्सम दुदुहर विलय पात्रे विषंपय. Thereafter, cobras and snakes without hoods, large snakes, scorpions, and many other poisonous animals took poison out of the planet Earth as their milk and kept this poison in snake holes. They made a calf out of takshak. Pashvoyosam kshiram vatsam kritva cha govrisham aranyapatre cha dukshan mrigendrena chandrastina kravyadahe praninahe kravyam duduhe svikalevare suparnavatsavihe gaksharam chacharmeva. The four-legged animals, like the cows, made a calf out of the bull who carries Lord Shiva and made a milking pot out of the forest. Thus, they got fresh green grasses to eat. Ferocious animals like tigers transformed a lion into a calf, and thus they were able to get flesh for milk. The birds made a calf out of Garud and took milk from the planet Earth in the form of moving insects and non-moving plants and grasses. Vatvatsa vanaspataya pitangra samayam paya giryo himavatsanana dhatuna svesanushu. The trees made a calf out of the banyan tree, and thus they derived milk in the form of many delicious juices. The mountains transformed the Himalayas into a calf, and they milked a variety of minerals into a pot made of the peaks of hills. सर्वस्वमुख्यवत्सेन स्वे स्वे पात्रे पृथक्पय सर्वकामदुगां पृथ्वी दुदुहां पृथु भाविताम्. The planet Earth supplied everyone his respective food during the time of King Prithu. The earth was fully under the control of the king. Thus, all the inhabitants of the earth could get their food supply by creating various types of calves and putting their particular types of milk in various pots. Hare Krishna, Rina ji.
हरे कृष्णा भैया.
हरे कृष्णा. आज कोई ज्वाइन नहीं कर पाया.
हम अभी आए, चीनू से बात करने लगे, अभी काम खत्म हुआ तो बस अभी जस्ट आए, उसका अभी करके उस समय रिचमंड में है, तो
ओहो, अच्छा अच्छा।
लगता है सब लोग बिजी हैं। कैसे हैं भैया?
हाँ हाँ, नहीं बस एकदम फर्स्ट क्लास। आप कैसे हैं?
बस सब लोग ठीक हैं जी। एक मिनट,
हाँ,
हम लोग भी हैं, हम और विनोद दोनों लोग ही हैं यहाँ पर।
अच्छा अच्छा, चलो दैट्स सो नाइस। हेलो विनोद जी, कैसे हैं आप?
नमस्कार, आई एम गुड। हरे कृष्णा, हाउ
नमस्कार
आर यू?
नमस्कार। बस वो तीनों चारों ने भी मैसेज किया कि आज ज्वाइन नहीं कर पाएंगे लास्ट मिनट पे।
अरे
तो बोला कोई नहीं है, मैंने शुरू तो कर दिया है तो मैं ही पढ़ लेता हूँ।
नहीं नहीं, बिल्कुल, और क्या।
तो
That's
बढ़िया हो गया, आप लोग ज्वाइन कर लिए।
good.
सो विल एक्चुअली कंप्लीट दिस अध्याय। इसमें अभी थोड़े से ही श्लोक बाकी है,
अच्छा अच्छा
तो यहाँ से पढ़ते हैं। पढ़िए आप।
जी। एवं पृथ्वादयः पृथ्वी मन्नादाः स्वन्नमात्मनः दोः वत्सादिभेदेन क्षीरभेदं कुरुद्वः. My dear Vidur, chief of the Kurus, in this way King Prithu and all the others who subsist on food created different types of calves and milked out their respective eatables. Thus they received their various foodstuffs which were symbolized as milk. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So what we are reading actually is King Prithu goes behind the Mother Earth because there is a lot of hunger going on, right? Because of a lot of hunger going on, King Prithu thinks that it's the Prithvi who is responsible for it, and he goes behind Prithvi. So Prithvi takes the shape of cow and keeps running. So when Prithvi is taking shape of cow and keeps running, King Prithu is running behind her and trying to kill her. So at that point, Prithvi stops and she starts praying to King Prithu because she understands and she knows that King Prithu is none other than extension of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So then she is praying to King Prithu to not to do that. And then she tells him that if, as a cow, if he gets a calf and then can contain the milk, he can extract all the seeds and everything else. So what we have been reading in previous like 20-25 shloks is how after King Prithu took out all the seeds and everything from the Mother Earth, everyone, like including Devatas and Vidyadhars and everyone, house, like even Devatas, right, had a calf, like Devatas had a calf in like Brihaspati, and sorry, all the Rishi Munis had a calf in Brihaspati, all the Devatas had a calf in Indra, Lord Indra. So like that, everyone had, and everyone took out something out of Mother Earth. Yeah, like Devatas took out the Somras, Amrit from Mother Earth. Like that, everyone had, Rishi Munis took out all the knowledge and everything else from the Mother Earth, right? So that's what we are reading right now. And so in this case, here, what Maitreya Muni is telling is to Mahatma Vidur. So like this, King Prithu and others who subsist on food created different kinds of calves, right? And milked out their respective eatables. Like whoever wanted different things, they took it out from Mother Earth. Yeah. So that's what we are reading. Hare Krishna, Rasiksham Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Are you back from Vrindavan or you are still in Vrindavan?
नहीं आ गया कल ही आया।
अच्छा अच्छा। कैसे रहा आपका नरसिंह भगवान का यज्ञ और सब?
बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत अच्छा।
नाइस नाइस। या तो हम लोग और करेंगे डिस्कस, एंड या आज सब लोग थोड़े ज्वाइन नहीं कर पाए, बट वी आर कंटिन्यूइंग टू रीड। तो आप पढ़ेंगे 28th?
ततो महीपति प्रीति सर्व काम दुधा पृथुः दुहितृत्वे चकारे मां प्रेम्णा दुहितृवत्सलः। Thereafter, King Prithu was very satisfied with the planet Earth, for she sufficiently supplied all food to various living entities. Thus, he developed an affection for the planet Earth just as if she were his own daughter. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण। या सो जैसा हमने देखा कि किंग पृथु started first by taking an arrow and running behind Earth, Mother Earth, but then afterwards everyone kind of took whatever they wanted from Mother Earth, and this satisfied King Prithu very much. Yeah. Vinodji, padenge?
Yes, भैया. चूड़यन स्वधनुष कोट्या गिरिकुटानि राजराट भूमंडल मिदम वैन्यः प्राश्चकै समम विभु. After this, the king of all kings, Maharaja Prithu, leveled all rough places on the surface of the globe by breaking up the hills with the strength of his bow. By his grace, the surface of the globe almost became flat.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So also Prithvi request kar rahi thi to Maharaj Prithu that if you can level the surface of the globe, then also, right, a lot of food stuff can be grown. So that's what Prithu Maharaj did. Huh?
अथास्मिन् भगवान् वैन्यः प्रजानां वृत्तिदः पिता निवासान् कल्पयाम चक्रे तत्र तत्र यथार्हतः. To all the citizens of the state, King Prithu was as good as a father. Thus he was visibly engaged in giving them proper subsistence and proper employment for subsistence. After leveling the surface of the globe, he earmarked different places for residential quarters inasmuch as they were desirable. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Right? So as we know, like Maitreya Muni is talking about King Prithu to Mahatma Vidu, right? Rashiksham Prabhuji?
ग्रामान् पुरपतितानि दुर्गानि विविधानि च घोषान् व्रजान् शिविरान् आकारान् खेटखरवटान्. In this way, the king founded many types of village settlements and towns and built forts, residences for cowherds, man stables for the animals, places for the royal camps, mining places, agriculture towns, and mountain villages. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. Vinodji?
Yes. Prag Prathori Iha Navi Vaisa Pura Gramadi Kalpana Yatha Sukham Vasanti Sma Tatra Tatra Akuto Bhaya. Before the reign of King Prithu, there was no planned arrangement for different cities, villages, pasturing grounds, etc. Everything was scattered, and everyone constructed his residential quarters according to his own convenience. However, from the time of King Prithu, plans were made for towns and villages. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so as you can see, the towns, the plans, like it says here, from this statement appears that town and city planning is not new, but has been coming down since the time of King Prithu. In India, we can see regular planning methods evident in very old cities. In Srimad Bhagavatam, there are many descriptions of ancient cities. Even 5,000 years ago, Lord Krishna's capital, Dwarka, was well planned. And similarly, other cities, Mathura and Hastinapur, now New Delhi, were also well planned. Thus, the planning of cities and towns is not a modern innovation, but was existing in bygone ages. Of course, over a period of time, things changed, right? So, but this is about King Prithu, right? And thus ends the Bhakti Vedanta purpose of the 4th canto, 18th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam entitled Prithu Maharaj milks the earth planet. Yeah. So in the initial, all the shlokas we saw how the earth planet becomes a cow, and then everyone, every category of kings, of the rishis, of munis, devatas, even rakshas, and everyone, vidyadhars, they milk different aspects from the Mother Earth. Yeah. So, bolo Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Jai.
So, I think we can read couple of shloks from chapter 19 before we pause today. And the chapter 19 about King Prithu's 100 horse sacrifices. Yeah, the Ashwamedh Yagya, which we know. So let's read about that. Yeah, Rinaji.
मैत्रेय उवाच अथादीक्षत राजा तु हयमेद्य शतेन सह ब्रह्मावर्ते मनुक्षेत्रे यत्र प्राची सरस्वती. The great sage Maitreya continued, My dear Vidur, King Prithu initiated the performance of 100 horse sacrifices at the spot where the river Saraswati flows toward the east. This piece of land is known as Brahmavat, and it was controlled by Swambhu Manu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So Maitreya Muni is continuously answering all Mahatma Vidhu's question at the Ganga Tat. Yeah. And what is the relationship of Swambhu Manu to King Prithu? Yeah. If you remember, so King Prithu is in the descendants of Dhruva Maharaj, right? And so Dhruva Maharaj's father was Uttanpad. And Uttanpad is the son of Swambhu Manu. Yeah. So Swambhu Manu, Uttanpad Maharaj, then Dhruva Maharaj, then we had all these descendants, then we had King Vain, who spoiled everything, right? And then by churning the hands of King Vain, all the sages, Rishi Munis produced, and then the Maharaj Prithu appeared, who was the extension of Lord Vishnu himself. Yeah. So,
one question, Bhaiya. One question. So there is a mention of Brahmavat, which is the Saraswati River area. So there is also similar words called Aryavat. If you know, or if Rasiksham Prabhu knows, what is the difference
between Brahmavat and Aryavat?
Yes.
I'm not sure actually about the difference, but we can come back to you.
Yeah, sure.
Rasiksham Prabhuji?
There is no difference. वो पहले ब्रह्मावर था, बाद में आर्यावर को.
अच्छा अच्छा.
टाइम काल का डिफरेंस.
Oh.
एक्चुअली इंटायर प्लेनेट उस समय भारतवर्ष ही नाम से जाना जाता था. बाद में जब किंग भरत आए थे, तो उसमें कोई ज्यादा डिफरेंस नहीं है. वो पहले नाम ब्रह्मावर था, बाद में आर्यावर.
अच्छा. So सरस्वती रिवर से ही सारे आर्य उठ के गए हैं, तो नाम वो चेंज हो गया. Okay, प्रभु जी. विनोद जी.
तद अभिप्रेत्या भगवन् कर्मतिशयम् आत्मनः सत् क्रतुर्न नमरसे प्रथोर यज्ञ mahotsavam. When the most powerful Indra, the king of heaven, saw this, he considered the fact that King Prithu was going to exceed him in fruitive activities. Thus, Indra could not tolerate the great sacrificial ceremonies performed by the King Prithu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so it's very interesting, right? See how even like Indra, King Indra who is the king of heaven, right? He saw King Prithu was going to exceed him in all kind of creative activities, right? Prithu Yagya Mahotsavam. The Indra even could not tolerate that sacrifice which was being done by King Prithu. Yeah. And we have seen this, like King Prithu from time to time, has taught different lessons even to the Devatas. Yeah. Like we remember in Krishna Lila, the Govardhan Parva. Rasiksham Prabhuji?
यत्र यगपति साक्षात् भगवान हरेश्वरः अन्वभूयत सर्वात्मना सर्वलोक गुरु प्रभु. The supreme personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, is presented in everyone's heart as the super soul, and he is the proprietor of all planets and enjoyer of the result of all sacrifices. He was personally present at all sacrifices made by King Prithu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so Lord Vishnu himself was present. And in fact, as we know, King Prithu himself was also extension of Lord Vishnu.
Lord Vishnu.
Yeah. So I think we'll pause here. Um, and we'll continue. We are going to take a break for a few weeks now.
Wow, few weeks.
So in 3 weeks, so I'm going to see Rasik Shyam Prabhuji.
Oh,
Vrindavan.
nice.
Oh, India.
Yeah, I'm traveling to India next week. And yeah, so I'll be back around October 15th.
Okay.
16th की वापस flight है वहाँ से.
Gotcha.
And we'll be next week. And then I think couple of days I'm planning like 13th or 14th October to be in Vrindavan. So I think Rasik Shyam Prabhuji and Ajay Prabhuji hopefully will be able to make it. Then we can do some Giraji Parikrama or something. It's the Kartik month, starting Kartik month, right? So the one important aspect is, I think within a week or 2 weeks, I think Kartik month is starting around 8th or 9th October, around that time.
Okay.
So that will be nice. But yeah, once I'm back, then we'll restart.
Are you going to take that parikrama, the big parikrama?
Yeah, it's a Giraji Parikrama for 6 or 7. Is it 7 kilometers or 14 kilometers, Prabhuji? Forgot.
पूरा गिरिराज जी.
नहीं, खाली गिराजी की जो परिक्रमा करते हैं.
हाँ, मैंने जो सुना वो 21 किलोमीटर सुना है. खाली गिरिराज जी.
Sorry, it's 21 kilometers. Sorry, it's 21 kilometers. Yeah. So it takes around 6 hours.
वृंदावन 10 किलोमीटर है.
हाँ. So वृंदावन के अंदर जो घूमते हैं 10 किलोमीटर और गिराजी की 21 किलोमीटर. Yeah, so I did it last time. Last time we did the whole thing. This time I am thinking Prabhuji कि we'll do that half जो पहले की जो है आधी जो गिराजी के पास में है and जो बाकी जो सिटी में जो है रोड पे वो रिक्शा से कर लेंगे. That we can do the whole thing in 3 hours, 3.5 hours.
नहीं, अभी चेंज हो गया. पहले तो सब गांव जैसा ही था ना. पास में परिक्रमा करना बहुत अच्छा लगता था. जब प्लेस पर बैठ के कथा करते थे आधा घंटा, एक घंटा, तो 2 दिन 3 दिन परिक्रमा में जाता था. इतना आनंद आता था.
करेक्ट.
अभी तो इंक्रोचमेंट हो गया, सब लोगों ने कर दो. तो ठीक है, अपना प्लान अच्छा किया है.
हाँ, लेकिन वो जो अपने पास गिराजी के पास जो है वो अपन आराम से करेंगे.
वो आराम से.
हाँ. It is half of it. That's like 10 or 11 kilometers. And the other half we will just because that is on the road. तो ऐसे सोच रहे हैं अगर उस समय लगा तो ऐसे भी कर लेंगे. We'll see. Depending on the time. Like एक ही दिन के लिए मैं mostly 1.5 days I'll be there.
Nice.
करेंगे. So we'll take a break. I think most people don't know, but I will just write it down on the message on the site. तो अभी थोड़ा कीर्तन कर लेते हैं. I will just do Radhe Radhe Dhun by Kripaluji Maharaj. And since we started with Radha Ashtami, and so this is just Radhe Rani mood, we'll just do the Radhe Rani Kirtan. And then we will see you in few weeks. And thank you, Vinodji, for joining back. Nice.
Thanks. It's a nice kirtan,
Yeah. It's good to be part of it.
Yeah, I know. थोड़ा Vinodji ने inspired किया था. So Rasik Shyam Prabhuji, Vinodji is one of the persons who inspired me to start something.
अच्छा.
Yeah.
Then I disappeared.
He inspired and then he disappeared.
Yeah, and then he disappeared. Okay, वो दर्शन देते हैं, कभी पूर्णिमा आती है तो फिर दर्शन होते हैं. So nice. I think it's good. We are having, I think, 320th or some session today actually of Srimad Bhagavatam.
Wow, amazing.
So nice. Slowly and slowly we are progressing. Huh?
Yeah.
Good. ठीक है कीर्तन सुनेंगे. It's around 8 to 9 minutes. And
Okay.
then break.
राधे 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 Radhe 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 Radhe
नंदिनी की जय जय श्री राधे जय जय श्री राधे जय जय श्री राधे
श्री राधे
So nice Radhe Dhun.
Yeah.
And it's actually Ekadashi today here. So I know India mein next day ho gaya. Lekin also it's nice Ekadashi, nice auspicious day. So Hare Krishna everyone. And Siksham Prabhuji, hope to see you soon.
Hare Krishna. Yes,
Hare
yes.
Krishna. Yeah. Have a
We'll
safe trip.
restart.
Enjoy.
Yeah. And we'll
Hare
restart
Krishna.
in 2 weeks. Yeah.
See
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare.